I know that AI topic is a very controversial one, and also people who say they want to turn their backs to AI and ignore it. But in my opinion, we cannot ignore it anymore. And on the contrary, I think it's very important to talk about it.
CineD, your digital cinema tech resource, supported by B&H and CVP.
Okay, a brief introduction first. My name is Mascha Deikova. I'm a freelance filmmaker based in Salzburg and specializing in directing and writing. I also do a lot of online content, as a lot of you here, image films, ads, music videos, and I love doing documentaries and short films when I have time for it. I don't have a YouTube channel, but I do write a lot about AI tools for CineD.com. As you see here, I have a QR code where you will come to our artificial intelligence section, where you will see all our articles on this topic. And we really try to specialize them and make them specialized for filmmakers and about news that are popping up all the time. So yeah, I know that AI topic is a very controversial one. I also know there is a lot of discussion about it, and in the comments to our articles you will find all kinds of people. There are people who hate it, people who despise it, people who say we make AI propaganda, and also people who say they want to turn their backs to AI and ignore it. But in my opinion, we cannot ignore it anymore. And on the contrary, I think it's very important to talk about it because, you know, it's already out there. And it's not like we can take this genie and put it back into the bottle. It will be here, and it's developing at a breakneck speed. You will see at Sora examples, for example. There are decent reasons, solid reasons, why we should speak about AI. For example, first of them is that AI, or artificial intelligence, is not only generative AI. And you maybe know that generative AI is the topic, the central topic of all these discussions about the ethical questions. We will talk about them a little bit later. Also, artificial intelligence offers us a lot of other tools that can take over mundane tasks, that can simplify a lot of workflows, simplify and accelerate processes, how we filmmakers and video creators work. And if you don't follow this development, then you may miss out and you may become slower than other people in this industry. May I ask you, who of you guys already uses AI on a regular basis every day in their work? Okay, some people do, that's cool, then that means I don't have to explain the basics. Yeah, I mean, the second reason, of course, is if we turn our backs to AI and if we don't know what this development brings to the table, then how on earth will we, for example, distinguish fake from real? If you see a video, how would you know that this video is AI generated if you haven't seen what AI video generators are already capable of, right? So I don't think it's AI propaganda. I think it's something that all of people should inform themselves and yeah, educate themselves on. And finally, if we speak about generative AI, of course we know that there are no regulations yet, no unified laws and restrictions how to use it. And there are, of course, major companies like major organizations like UNESCO who are already working on a set of laws, on set of regulations. But we don't know for sure when they will come and whether they will come for everybody in the world. So, in my opinion, it's up to us to understand and to implement AI tools into our workflows in most sustainable and also in most ethical way. And I think there are some solutions that we can talk about. So let's talk about generative AI real quick. Generative AI is in general a term for all tools that are based on deep learning mechanisms and that are capable of creating or generating something that hasn't existed before, right? They're trained on specific data sets and at the same time they can be directed by just simple text descriptions. There are only a few of categories that are already on the market, and of course there are not all the tools that are out there because there are a lot of tools. But the basic principle is that you give it like a text direction and AI tool can create something for you, right? For example, an image like Nino showed us before, or a video, or a 3D model, or a sound, voice, etc. Last year, at least it feels to me so, the biggest race was about so-called large language models and image generators. I hope you all already know what ChatGPT is. ChatGPT is a large language model, an example for it, that is capable of a human-like conversation and that can help you with different tasks. For example, if you look for a location in Salzburg to film a sunset, a romantic scene, you can ask it for it and it will give you some suggestions. You can also ask it to make it less known places or less touristic areas, and it will communicate with you and give you more and more different options. You can also use it for other tasks, text tasks, but not only. And I will show some examples later on. But I have to tell you that ChatGPT and other large language models, they do make a lot of mistakes and they also hallucinate. It's an official term. So you always have to prove information that you get at these AI tools. And the next one is, of course, text-to-image generators. These are AI tools based on deep learning mechanisms and neural networks that can simply turn a text into a detailed, very photorealistic sometimes, or artistic picture, and you really just need a text description, right? But this year, this development and the AI race hit a little bit closer to our home, because this year is all about video generators. So exactly the same principle, you can give it a text and it will deliver a video clip, a short one. And you know, there are some, for example, Runway and Pika Labs that are already on the market, and you can try them out. So I suggest we do it like this. So this is Runway. Runway is a company, maybe I can make it a little bit bigger. Here. This is a company that actually rolled out AI video generator last year, so it was the first one to do so. And they also developed their model over the time, pretty good. So I think it's the most advanced one that you can really test. It still has a free trial version, so I don't use a paid one. And just for the sake of experiment, let's create a video. Does someone has a text description, a really simple one, a decent one, please? What video clip do you want to see? Someone? Like
a dog playing with the ball.
Okay, let's do it like this. A dog. By the way, it also recognizes mistakes, so if I make mistakes, it will still create a video. So now, as it is in a queue, it will start in approximately 1 minute, it says. I can say that Runway creates videos up to 4 seconds, not longer. That's a restriction. You can prolong them afterward. It also has a limited resolution, not sure, but it's not really big, and still you can upscale it. And at the same time, well, yeah, we will see how realistic it is in a minute. What Runway also does, you can, for example, give it an image, like an image source, a graphic or a photo, and ask it to animate it. It can animate it by itself, or you can give it a special text prompt. What kind of movement do you want to see in your picture? So I think it's a pretty cool way, for example, for people who make YouTube videos, if they have some still images. That's a pretty interesting way to implement them into the video and animate them, not just simple zoom-ins or pans as we do it now, but maybe with some kind of other motion. And yeah, as we are waiting for it, of course, last week a lot changed. Because last week OpenAI, that are creators of ChatGPT, introduced Sora, and Mark will show you a lot of Sora examples, and we will talk about it. And it got a lot of feedback. Why? Because Sora showcased a completely different level of quality, and also different lengths of videos that you can create, and also you can make now sequences, which wasn't possible before. And of course, the reaction was rather negative, at least in my opinion, because people are scared that Sora will take away their jobs. Yeah, but the thing is, Sora is not out to the public yet, right? It is only a showcase. So we cannot really prove that all the videos that Sora is going to create now, when it will be rolled out, will be of the same quality. Okay, so this is a Runway's attempt at the doll playing with the ball. You see? So you don't see any motion here, right? I'm already playing it. In the moment, it's just a picture. There are bad examples normally, but in my experience, it makes a very realistic imagery, or at least it tries to, but then it has big problems with motion and big problems with motion of people and animals. So it cannot really replicate or replicate it, at least for now. But it will get better, of course. So what I wanted to say about generative AI is that the thing is, with image generators, with video generators, there is a big ethical question behind. Because these companies train their models on imagery and on footage for which they usually don't have rights. You know, so they take the whole internet and say, I want to train my model on every picture that it will find in the internet. And that's the big problem, because artists, original artists who actually made this art on which models are trained on, they don't get any attribution, they don't get any residuals of it. For instance, Midjourney, the text-to-image generator, allows you to sell and use for commercial purposes the art that you create with it, and then the artists, they don't get anything out of it. So it's not really ethical now to use this stuff in your videos, in your final videos. What I personally think you can do with it is to use it in pre-production stages. For example, for mood boards, to creating visual concepts, to creating pre-visualizations, like Sora will be perfect for it. And maybe at some point it will replace stock footage. But for now, I don't really think you should implement and edit these videos and pictures into your final product.
Has the platform rights when you use it in your videos?
You have rights for your videos, or you mean the platform, but it's not an exclusive one. Yeah. So when you make a video, the platform, it will be also posted on the platform, and everybody else can also use it. So it's not an exclusive right that you get.
You have to pay the platform?
Well, it depends. In Midjourney, for example, they have, you have to pay for it anyway. But if you pay for it for any paid plan, then you get commercial rights for your images that you get. I think it's the same with Runway. It has free trials, as you see, like 40 seconds, 50 seconds free trials, but you cannot use your videos for commercial purposes then. Okay, let's move on. Apart from generative AI, which is a huge topic on its own, there are, of course, a few other go-to tools that I personally use, and I think that every video creator should know and use them, because they simplify a lot of work. The first one is called Luma AI, and Luma AI is available as an app, as you see, and also as a web, in the web browser. What Luma does, it takes a simple video, which you may have captured with your cell phone, for example, and then it turns it into a 3D scene or 3D environment. And in my opinion, it's a very cool thing to use during the location scout or also for pre-visualizations. Let me show you real quick an example. For instance, this is a video that I shot in my apartment cellar, like apartment building cellar. It's just a normal video shot on iPhone X. I have a very old iPhone. And if you have iPhone 11 or higher, Luma AI also allows you to make your capture directly in the app, and it will give you some tips on how to make it better, to get better results. But you can also, if you don't have an iPhone, don't worry, it allows you to capture any video and to upload it from different sources, different cameras, different smartphones, and so on. So this is how my original video looks, just a simple video of a location. And then, for some reason, I cannot log in my dashboard. That's why I will share my cell phone now with you. Then you upload it in Luma AI, and after several minutes, you can go here, and it will create, a little bit dark, but you will see it right now, a full 3D environment of my cellar, just from a simple video. So, and now I can navigate it. You see, it has like walls. I can make like a fully 3D scene of my cellar. I can even go, like, for example, to the top view. But I think you understand what I mean, right? When I go to this video, like I have another one. The good thing about it is that you can then download this video, this 3D environment, and send it to your DP or your production designer, and then they can have a look at every angle of your location. They can navigate themselves throughout it. And what is also cool in Luma AI, you can animate the camera movements directly in the app with simple keyframes. I want to show to you how to do it. It's very, very simple. but I will show you for example, I animated 3 clips from this 3D environment pretty fast, like took me only 5 minutes, and then I make something like a shot pre-visualization of shots in the location directly. It's like a close-up on the door in the end. And Luma has, it's very good at replicating lighting conditions, and you can also place a character inside of it and like make a full pre-visualization of your scene or of your video. Some people also use Luma AI in creative way to, for example, make shots that are impossible or very difficult to execute in the real life. For instance, I follow Karen on Instagram, and she makes something like this. So it's just a 3D scan, and then they make a dolly zoom out of it, just using Luma and animating keyframes on your cell phone, you see? So in my opinion, it's a very practical tool that you can use in pre-production stage. Let's go further. Yeah, sound. Sound is an extremely important topic. It's essential also for all kinds of videos, also for YouTube videos, of course, and social media. But of course, as independent video creators, we don't always have the perfect conditions to record audio. And sometimes we have background noise, sometimes we have, I don't know, human mistakes when someone leveled audio wrongly. And earlier, like in the past, it was very difficult to fix these problems and mistakes. Nowadays we have AI, and we have something that is called AI audio enhancer or speech enhancer. This one is, for example, from Adobe, but I know that DaVinci Resolve also has it already integrated, and Alex will tell you a little bit more about it further on. Do you guys use it already? Has somebody used it? 1, 2, 4 people use it. I will show you how it works, or the results, what to say, the magic that it does. My original audio was recorded on my balcony, on my iPhone X, and the mic was pretty far away from my mouse on purpose. Oh, sorry.
I'm standing on my balcony and enjoying the sun and also the fresh winds of February.
So this was original audio. And that is audio that came out.
Here's Mascha. I'm standing on my balcony and enjoying the sun and also the fresh wind of February.
Okay, you hear it is not perfect, but it was only one run through Adobe Audio Enhancer, and I didn't set anything up, so just how it came after 2 or 3 minutes. And we made a lot of tests with different arts of audio, also, for example, old recordings for that we don't have project files anymore, or where we had problems with the mic, and now they sound better than all other interviews in the sequence when you let them go through AI. So it's very scary, but at the same time, it's a cool tool if you know that you have a recording which has really bad quality and you need to enhance it, and you can make it within 1 click directly in the program. For example, Premiere has it already integrated, and there are also online tools that you can use for it. Yeah. So. But it goes even further. There are also now tools, AI tools, that help you to separate voice and music or sounds. I don't know, for example, let's say you got a project, an old project where you don't have a project file anymore, and you just need to separate your voice from your sounds for some reason. I don't know. I used a tool which is called Lalal.ai. It's not the only one, there are a lot of such, and I used it trailer audio from Pooh Things. Oops. So this is the original trailer audio. You hear some voice and music sounds in the background. And then I ran it through Lalal.ai, and then I got 2 tracks. The first one was sounds and music. So if you know the trailer, that's exactly the music and the sounds inside. And I also got the voice track, which is not flawless, to be honest, but if you use it with background melody and maybe with some iterations in the audio post-production software,
I'm Mascha.
it's pretty okay.
I'm a flawed, experimenting person. I seek outings and adventures.
So I can imagine a lot of different applications for tools like this. Maybe also for YouTube, for example, you will need it at some point. I would like to talk a little bit about post-production. There are a lot of AI tools for post-production nowadays. And there are tools like Adobe that are already integrated, like Adobe Audio Remix, where you can just put your melody and within one mouse click you can shorten it up and make it like 15 seconds, and it will create a completely perfect new track of this length if you need, for example, to make a snippet. There are techniques to AI-based techniques to use to look for stock music, for example. But my personal highlight was last year the introduction of automated captions and text-based editing. I'm pretty sure that almost all post-production software has these functions now integrated or built in directly in the software, and I hope you guys use them because they save so much time, especially if you work with interviews and if you work with different languages. I just want to show you a small trick how to regarding languages, how to work with interviews and translate them really quickly. That's like a small workflow that I also use. If you work in DaVinci, other systems have similar stuff. You can create subtitles from audio. You see it now in the timeline. You just click Create Subtitles from Audio. And what it does, it makes subtitles automated and places them on a separate track above your video track, directly on the points where you need them. So it analyzes speech and then it puts it in place. Of course, it's also not flawless, because you see it also makes mistakes in words, and sometimes it makes too long sentences, so you have to edit it before you use it. But it's already a lot of time saved if you use this automated function. What you can do then, you can right-click on your subtitles track, click Export Subtitles, and export them as an SRT file, right? I open it with text edit in Mac. I think you can open it with other stuff. So it's like a short interview subtitles, exported directly from DaVinci. I copy it, and then I go to ChatGPT and write something like, "Hi there, I have a subtitle track in English that I want you to translate into, let's say, German. It's a SRT file, so please keep the structure. Don't translate it as a uninterrupted flow. Keep it in chunks." Let's say it like this. It's weirdly formulated right now, but I hope it will understand it. Of course, please provide the content. Then I copy paste it here. And what ChatGPT does, it translated my text into German, my subtitles, and it also keeps the structure. So what I can do now, I can copy this text, put it in my, thank you so much, in the SRT file, just import it here, and you will have in DaVinci Resolve your subtitles in German already placed on the points where you need them. So, for example, this is a workflow how to make a lot of subtitles in different languages quicker. Yeah, there are a lot of AI tools, and it's only really, really small fracture of what I can show you today. We can talk about it more afterwards if you want. But I think that it's just important to stay up to date and important to follow this use, important to get to know this new tech, to not be missed out in the end. And also in order to, support your creativity and not give it away to AI, as a lot of people fear. Here is again our CineD news account where you can read our news, and if you want to contact me, that's my contacts.